Someone call a doctor! I yelled at the people, who were just staring at my unconscious mate in shock. After a minute or two, a lady in a lab coat came in. Must be the doctor. She pulled a chair beside her and started examining her. After examining her, she called for us. I ran toward my mate and held her hand instantly. What's wrong with her? Is she fine? What happened? When will she wake up? I asked the doctor desperately.
She is fine, Alpha. She has multiple bruises on her body, and I guess the injury on her head led to her being passed out. Her 6 bones are broken, and she is extremely underweight. Her tiny frame isn't helping either. And staying in the cabinet for too long cut off her oxygen supply temporarily. And according to me, she should be conscious by tomorrow morning,
she explained. I nodded, and she bowed and left. That's when I realized something. Why the hell does she have bruises? Why was she in the cabinet? And the main question, who did this to her? My sadness was soon turned into anger on the thought of anyone harming my gem of a mate. I rapidly turned around to face the Alphas, specifically Alpha Mason. What is the meaning of this, Alpha Mason? I said, extremely calm. He gulped. She is really clumsy and keeps falling on thin air, and about the cabinet, some kids might have pranked her maybe, he said. Who did this to her? I yelled. I had had enough of his lying already. He remained silent. Answer the Alpha. Who did this to our Luna? Nate yelled in protection of his Luna. Luna? She isn't the Luna. She is an Omega. Before he could continue, I grabbed his throat and backed him to the wall. A word against her, and I will rip your head off your body, I growled. Alpha, I don't understand. Why are you behaving like this? Mason the moron said. Yep, that name suits him. I don't need to answer to anyone, but if you're all so curious, then listen. She's my mate, I growled. Everyone gasped. Mason shook his head and laughed. But that is not possible, Alpha. She already has a mate, but he rejected her on sight, Mason said. I was shocked. She had been rejected by her mate. Who in their right mind would reject a gem like her? But a tiny part of my non-existing heart that belongs to my mate is happy because now Isabella can be mine and only mine. Why did he reject her and who is he? I growled. I need to know who inflicted such pain on my Isabella. It was me, Mason said proudly, with the victorious smirk on his face. What is he so happy about? Why? I asked again. Because she's an Omega. I was the Beta. I did not want people to look at me any other way. I want respect, and with that filthy little thing by my side, I would never get it. He growled. I had had enough of it. I have to see if Isabella is okay. I stood up and mind-linked Nate. Show them what happens when someone disrespects or hurts your Luna. I walked out of the room, not missing the smirk Nate gave me before a slight nod.